Hi, Reed Frace, the Highland Financial Advisors. Welcome back to our company YouTube page. I've been talking to you in the previous video about the importance of goal setting and how that should be the very first process you start in a relationship with a financial advisor. Or if you're doing it yourselves and you're married or yourself, you should start with identifying your goals as well. So in the previous video, I went into details about how the industry may be set up, to do this with financial planning software and goal setting, and how we are different, I think, in our process, what we follow. And I alluded to the idea that there are questions that can stimulate conversations around what's important in your life. And remember, we believe that by creating a vision for the future that you want to have, the life that's calling out to you, is the starting place. And that is very powerful for you to be successful in your financial planning and later investment decisions. Don't want to look in the rearview mirror. We don't want to have regrets. We want to make decisions today that's going to build the future so we don't have those regrets. So I'm going to talk to you today about 3 questions that we use in that planning process, which we call discovery. And I really want to highlight the importance of really getting into the qualitative aspect of a discovery process to identify goals, as opposed to a quantitative data gathering sheet where you just answer some questions and there's really nothing relative to your life in that. We found that people want to connect to goals, they don't want to connect to numbers and things like that. So I talked to you about these 3 questions, and these 3 questions are very powerful. We use them with clients, and as I said, these are copyrighted by George Kinder, who is the founder of the Kinder Institute of Life Planning, considered the father of life planning. He wrote a book back in the 1990s. The book was called The 7 Stages of Money Maturity. Might be a good book for you to read. But his process, which we are qualified to use because I'm a registered life planner, that's a designation that you get after going through basically a 5 or 6 day retreat with other advisors where you're spending all day in deep practice on empathic listening, discovery process techniques, and you then have a 6-month mentorship with a life planner, and then you achieve getting the registered life planner. I've also become a trainer with them, with other advisors, and I've developed this and incorporated this whole process into our practice here at Highland. All the advisors practice it. If you're a married couple, you want to answer these questions separately, come together, share them, and have a conversation about it. Very few people that I've come across ever take the time to contemplate and examine their own life. And that's really what these questions are helping you to do. So the first question is kind of fun. The first question is, you have more money than you'll ever need. Maybe not as much as Bill Gates from Microsoft, but you have more money than you'll ever need. So as you think about that, think about what would be fun, what would you like to have, do, or be, experiences. What would make your life full and rich and to realize financial freedom? What would that look like for you? The second question is very different. In this question, you also have more than enough money to live on, but you go to the doctor, and the doctor tells you you have 5 to 10 years left to live. You're never going to really feel sick, but you're not going to know that day when it ends. So as you let that sink in and you think about, in this limited time of maybe 5 years, what would I change? What would I want to do? Maybe some things that showed up in your first question, but what are the things that now become urgent and important for you in your life? Very powerful questions. The third question now is different again. Again, you have more money. Money's not an issue. You go to the doctor, and now the doctor tells you you have 24 hours to live. Now you don't have time to make changes or arrangements. As you let that soak in, 24 hours, how would that make you feel? What are the things that may have been regrets in your life? What are the things that you wish you had done or achieved that you didn't get to do? Are there any family issues that you didn't get resolved? What are the things that come to the surface as you contemplate this? The answers to these questions as you go through this process become things to explore. There are things that are, what we'd like to say is below the surface of the iceberg, deep underwater. We have to let these things come forward and talk about them and think about them, because all this will lead us to developing that vision that we talked about that sets goals for our life in the future. We're not going to be able to buy into a financial plan, an investment plan, things like that wholeheartedly without really getting energized about this vision for this future and the life that we want to create. It should be challenging to you. There should be something that invigorates you around this. So this is absolutely critical to go through established goal setting, is to have some process that's much beyond a sheet of paper where you answer these questions. What is that life going to look like? Where is it going to take place? From our experience, going through this with clients, the big critical themes that come out, typically it centers around finding the time or the money for things. And many of those things are family, work-related, creativity, spiritual, health. These are the 5 big critical areas that tend to come out of this. And a good financial planner should help you to start to discover those, quantify the ones that need to have money attached to them, and then prioritize. That's really the beginning of the financial planning process before you ever get into the numbers or the investments. So I hope this helps you in this process. If you'd ever like to talk to us, you're always willing to reach out to us. We offer a free phone call, an initial consultation. We have several advisors here. Our website is highlandplanning.com, and there you can go in and schedule a free meeting. So I look forward to you joining us on future videos.